maintain a good relationship as an entrepreneur? The divorce statistics may say otherwise, but our guest today has managed to start her own successful business and manage a healthy marriage and family life. Angel, entrepreneurship and relationships are rarely talked about, but I want to know, how have you been able to do this successfully in your own life?
It's definitely a balance and something that you have to prioritize. In order to have a healthy marriage and family life, I think that you need to create boundaries, and that's been huge for me, something that I had to learn along the way. But setting specific times for work, hours for work, that's especially important for me because I work from home, so I have a home office. When it's done for the day, I need to turn off the computer and step away and really focus on my family. And then there are certain days that I completely set aside for family only, and that keeps me personally refreshed, so that I'm really, when I'm working, I'm really into my work. And then when I'm with my family, I want to be 100% with them.
So tell me about your husband, who is also your college sweetheart.
Yes.
What is his take on entrepreneurship?
You know, when we started this company, we didn't know what it was going to be. I had no idea how successful it was going to be, and I'm very grateful for the success it has brought, but it definitely has brought a lot more work into our lives that we didn't expect. So he's grown with me, and he's very supportive, but he also wants to make sure that he has special time with me, and I think that in any marriage or relationship, you want to carve out that special time for just the two of you. So he does help me focus on that by prioritizing date nights. We try to have a dedicated date night at least once a week where we're just together, even without our daughter, and just focusing on one another, having adult conversations about something other than work.
Yeah, and was there any particular challenge or maybe like a fight that you two have had that helped you really figure out these boundaries along the way?
Yeah, definitely. I wouldn't say a fight, but just those aha moments, like the moment where he would say, like, let's watch something or let's go watch a movie in the other room.
Get you out of the work mind.
Right, and I would be in my office, it's like downstairs, sort of like a little cave, and I would say 5 minutes, and I remember one night I heard him going up the stairs and he's like, good night, and I looked at the computer. I had been on the computer for like 2 hours after I said 5 minutes, and it was embarrassing, honestly, and it was a wake-up call for me. I realized that it's so easy to get sucked into your work, especially if you enjoy your work, because it doesn't feel like work. I'm having fun, and it made me remember that I need to prioritize my family and cut it off. And when he asks me, because he's very rarely going to tell me, like, could you get off the computer? When he does, I want to pay attention to that and respect that so that we can maintain a healthy relationship.
Yeah, and it sounds like you actually took that aha moment and it brought you awareness moving forward, which I think is what we need to do as entrepreneurs.
Yes.
Is constantly, we're always learning in life and in business. So what tip or piece of advice would you have for an entrepreneur who is concerned about starting a business yet maintaining a relationship?
Well, I think that from the get-go, before you even really get super busy, you want to create those working hours and maybe even be very specific in how you spend those hours. So maybe these are the 2 hours a day, like from 9 to 10 and from 2 to 3, I check my emails, and I don't touch my inbox anytime between those hours. And that might help you really focus in, like all you're doing is powering through emails for those 2-hour blocks. And maybe there's another period of time where you're working on some other form of correspondence or projects. And that helps me to focus on the day. And I feel like when I'm productive during the workday, I don't have as much pressure when it's dinner time to hop back on the computer after dinner. You know, I feel like I've accomplished enough today, I feel good, and I can move on. So I would encourage that person to really create a strong schedule for their management of all their projects and tasks, and then stick to it. And then, of course, communicate with your partner about expectations of time spent together. Of course, they may have a demanding job as well, but carving out that special time together, even if it's 1 hour a week, you take a walk together, or you go out to dinner or something, that's going to help keep you connected. And definitely no cell phones and no work talk at that time.
Yeah, be present. Wherever you are, be present.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much for sharing those tips. I know it helps a lot of people because this is a concern that most people do face.
Definitely. Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. It is possible to start your own business and have healthy relationships. And like Angel just shared, just with a little awareness, boundaries, and good time management and a commitment, you two can have a relationship as you start your own business. Thank you so much for watching. This is Brittany Castro of Next Generation Startups.